Okay, here we are for part two, Simpsons season 2, episode 17. Back to it. Alright, so we left off with Grandpa making an interesting statement about gold, which we'll go right over real quick again.
On guard. Challenge accepted. Oh, my precious sack of gold. Couldn't buy me the pleasures of a simple family meal.
That was interesting, right? Oh, my precious sacks of gold, pause for effect, couldn't buy me the pleasures of a simple family meal. There's no reference to gold at any other point of the video that I noticed. Of course, they're referencing the inheritance from Miss Simmons, but I just thought that was interesting to mention gold specifically, and especially because of what he's about to say next. Pardon these pop-ups on the screen, but you can hear the audio.
Buster's Dad. Wait your turn, you pig. I have an announcement to make. I've decided to give Bees money away.
Okay, so Grandpa is deciding to become charitable. Charities come up once again. That came up before as well.
There are people who really need it. I'm going to let them come to me and plead their case, and then I'll decide who...
He's going to let them come to him, plead their case, and he'll decide. That sounds like a sovereign mindset to me.
Who needs it most?
Grandpa, that's the noblest thought that's ever been expressed at this...
I'll decide who needs it most.
Grandpa, that's the noblest thought that's ever been expressed at this table.
Noble. Noblest. Noble. Noble? Noble. Ah. That's very interesting. All right. So now let's see. Next one. Let's see what we got here. Okay. And at this next part, here we have Grandpa deciding to hear people's pleas. He's actually looking for a competent heir. If you look at it in that way, he's looking for a competent heir to Miss Simmons' estate. And he's acting as trustee in this fashion. So Miss Simmons would be the grantor, Abraham Simpson would be the trustee, and they're looking for a worthy beneficiary in a sense, I guess you could say. So they're hearing pleas for people for the $100,000 that Grandpa is giving away. Let's hear what Mo has to say. Not Mo, forgive me, Otto. He makes an interesting reference.
You know, chop the top, jack it up, put mag wheels on it, psychedelic paint job from hell, man. Jam the kids to school at 150 miles an hour. You know, here's an artist's rendering. Note the cobra wrapped around the naked chick.
Cobra wrapped around the naked chick. Customized school bus. But Cobra wrapped around the naked chick symbolizes, in my eyes, an Adam and Eve reference, or an Eve and the serpent reference, more specifically. All right. And that initially I didn't catch that. I did hear it, but it didn't click. I thought there was something funny about it. It said naked chick and a cobra. That's clearly, come on. All right, here we go. Now this one is interesting.
Next!
Grandpa. I can call you Grandpa,
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. I need that money.
Now, to save you all that, Mr. Burns, which we all know is the richest man in Springfield, is groveling for this $100,000. Now, his response to Grandpa's rejection is interesting.
Power play!
Clearly ownership is divided.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Mr. Simpson, I dread the day when $100,000 isn't worth groveling for.
Yeah.
That could be taken a few different ways, but I dread the day when $100,000 isn't worth groveling for. Like seeing a $20 bill on the ground and not stopping to pick it up. Like someone said might happen one day. I just found that interesting. All right, let's see what else we have here.
Dear Grandpa, a guy I think was an explorer left this in the bar one night. It may be a map to ancient treasure.
Come on, y'all. I mean, come on, man.
Man.
Here's the deal, Grandpa. A guy I think was an explorer left this in the bar one night. It may be a map to ancient treasure.
Explorer, ancient treasure. Come on.
Front runner.
It's a special isolation chamber. Something that pulls levers to receive food and warmth. The floor can become electrified, and showers of icy water randomly fall on the subject. I call it the Monroe box.
Now, I'm going to run that back, because this is something that was just too much. I don't even know how to process this here. Well, I do, but run this back. Watch. This is very, very interesting.
You're the front runner.
It's a special isolation chamber. The subject pulls levers to receive food and warmth. The floor can become electrified, and showers of icy water randomly fall on the subject. I call it the Monroe box.
Well, it sounds interesting. How much will it cost to build?
Oh, that's the beauty part. It's already built. I need the money to buy a baby to
Yeah, he just said he needs the money to buy a baby. Human trafficking much? That's what it sounds like to me.
raise in the box until the age of 30.
What are you trying to
I need the money to buy a baby to raise in the box until the age of 30.
Uh-huh. Human trafficking, buying a baby to raise in controlled circumstances for 30 years. For what purpose?
What are you trying to prove?
Well, my theory is that the subject will be socially maladjusted and will harbor a deep resentment towards me.
Yes, that is very interesting. And, I mean, really?
Raise in the box until the age of 30.
What are you trying to prove?
Well, my theory is that the subject will be socially maladjusted and will harbor a deep resentment towards me.
Wow. I just processed that. All right. I mean, that last scene, that's pretty intense. So he wants to raise a subject, a human subject. First of all, he wants to purchase a human baby subject to raise for 30 years in a closed, controlled environment with an electrified floor. It randomly showers cold water. They have to pull a lever for food and for heat. All right, that sounds like an extremely cruel and inhumane, controlled in that way environment. And his theory is that the subject will be socially maladjusted and harbor a deep resentment. Now, that sounds like that can be applied to the European story or the story of the indigenous folk, depending on how you look at it. I just thought that was interesting as well. Again, leave me comments. Let me know what you think. I have my own theories, but I'm not, I'm just putting it out there for everyone to see and you make up your own mind. All right, what else do we have here? Grandpa says, interesting. All right. But, oh, my goodness. Dr. Monroe. By the way, Dr. Monroe, who is the gentleman who is presenting this, Dr. Monroe, Marvin Monroe, it made me think of the island of Dr. Moreau, and then it made me think of Moore, of course, South of America, and the Cuban experiments and things like that, and just little things that come together. Dr. Monroe, Dr. Moreau, the island of Dr. Moreau. There was that book and movie which related to human DNA experiments, mixture with animals, that type of thing in South America. Dr. Moreau, and this is Dr. Monroe suggesting some type of a human experiment in a controlled environment, which would have severe psychological implications from what his theory presents, which is interesting. That's what he's trying to prove, is that raising a human in a cruel environment would result in a damaged human, which is just an interesting concept to think about. Okay, what else do we have?
Subject will be socially maladjusted and will harbor a deep resentment towards me.
Interesting.
Let's see, I want a tear gas pen, blowgun with paralyzer dart.
Oh, no.
Nunchucks.
Nunchuck?
Yeah.
The hell are those?
A copy of Radioactive Man, number 27.
That number's come up several times, or also 9 has come up many times in this episode so far, and this is literally, maybe about a third of the way. About 3/4 of the way through the episode. So number 27, once again, he wants a Radioactive Man number 27. And what he says next is going to link back to the initial screen. When he's at the chalkboard.
That's the first time he fights Dr. Crab. And I want to buy that baseball card with a guy flipping the bird.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, and a monkey.
Oh,
What
and a monkey.
The hell is bird? Oh, yeah, I've seen that one.
Oh, and a monkey.
Yep, so that connects back to the opening where a monkey was referenced in the opening when Bart was writing on the blackboard. It also connects to the continent that many of the other animals that have been referenced in this episode are referencing. It's all related back to the continent of Africa, and in some ways they've also related the continent of Africa to the mainland here in America, which is what I find interesting. Okay, so now Bart wants to buy a monkey. Let's see what Dr. Frank has to say.
What the hell is that?
Why, it's a death ray, my good man. Behold.
Hey, you warm. Kind of nice.
Well, it is
just a prototype. With proper funding, I'm confident this little baby could destroy an area the size of New York City.
But I want to help people, not kill them.
Oh.
All right, so Grandpa's standing on the 5 lights, 5 points, excuse me. 5 lights, my goodness gracious. Grandpa's standing on the 5 points, and he wants to help. He doesn't want to hurt. So Dr. Frank says, well, this only has evil applications. Oh, hilarious. All right, so now let's see what we have. One of the next parts is pretty intense. Watch this.
Souls who need a helping hand. I need to take a walk to clear my head.
All right, so Grandpa goes out into the neighborhood. He couldn't find a worthy beneficiary, so now he's looking to give the money to someone who really needs it and, that can really use it. So this is the neighborhood, broken down, poverty, you can see for yourself. Next image is extremely powerful. Beyond that. Wow. How much has to be said about that? All right, so you have a public library totally destroyed, completely and totally destroyed. Grandpa standing in front of it wearing the red fez, just standing there. And there's sirens in the background, sort of an emergency indicator, as well as Grandpa says, oh dear, just openly despair.
Clear my head. Oh dear.
Yep, terrible. Reminiscent of book burnings much? Yep. Knowledge lost. So once again, his fez remains on throughout the entire episode. All right, so now he's back at the senior home. He's miserable, and his friend Jasper decides convinces him to go on to a casino with the other seniors. And again, now casino, that's linking once again back to the land, the mainland and the natives. And let's see where that goes.
Go down! Are you trying to get us killed?
It's too hot, you maniac. Turn on the air at it.
Hey, mellow out, old dudes, or I'll jam this baby into a river. All right? Hey.
Miss, I'm looking for a...
All right, one moment. All right, so Homer found out that his dad went to the casino with the other old folks. Now watch this. This is very interesting. First of all, notice the terrain. All right, so again, we've had several native references and we've had several Africa references. And let's see where this goes. All right, this is a very Midwestern Arizona type of, terrain and environment, desert type.
Come on, everybody.
More classic Simpsons. State line, 1 mile. Casino, 1 mile, 1 foot. Now, that's just classic. And, that can go a few ways. But I see that as a limited space, that the casino is on a limited tract of land. So the state line is at 1 mile, and that very next foot, the casino begins. That's how I see it. Indicating a reservation, perhaps. All right. Alrighty, now look at this, y'all. The name of the casino is Plato's Republic. I mean, really? Republic. All right. Now, you'll notice Plato is up on the roof. He's pointing down. All right. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but let's see what we can point at. All right. We have Republic in several places. It's flashing a little blurry here, but you have Republic right here. You have Republic right here. Plato's Republic. Plato's Republic. And then along here also Plato's Republic. Plato's up here pointing down. And this says casino here. But look what happens, when they, as the lights are moving, if I can get the timing right. Now, sin is what's really highlighted here in my mind, because the C and the A are partially obscured. So sin, which many know as ignorance, is highlighted. I find that interesting. And even with the O highlighted, it's still, or lit rather, it still highlights sin is the main. I find that that's the focus. And this is almost not even a perfect, the way it's designed is sort of not even an O, so it doesn't link to that. It almost It's sort of a border to the word sin. But I may be seeing too much. What do you think? Let me know. All right. So now, check out what Grandpa says in a minute.
Keno, craps, and the loosest. Jay! A double cheeseburger, onion rings, large strawberry shake, and for God's sakes, hurry!
The 20th.
Great, put it on number 20. $1,000 and... What century is this?
The 20th.
Great! $5,000 and... What century is this?
What century is this? That's an interesting statement, isn't it? What century is it indeed? Because some of us don't know. According to which calendar may be the question. And how many different calendars are there out there? I don't know. Quite a few.
The 20th.
Great, put it on number 20.
20th
Excuse
century.
me. Oh, excuse me, have you seen an old man?
He's trying to stop him from spending all the money. Now, Grandpa's going to make a speech.
Damn it, you gotta take all your money and leave now. Sorry.
All right, so he's trying to save him. Grandpa's going to make a speech in a moment, which really is just sort of sums everything up.
I think Rudyard Kipling's and risk it. If you can make I think Rudyard Kipling said it best. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. You'll be a bonehead.
Wow.
Should make one heap of all your winning things, but you can lose everything. Come on, Homer.
I'm just going to let that rock.
I think Rudyard Kipling said it best. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss.
Yours
is the earth.
Is the earth.
And everything that's in it.
And everything that's in it. Thanks, Grandpa.
And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. You'll be a
man.
36.
Okay, put it all on 36.
All right, so Grandpa wanted number 41.
It only goes.
Grandpa wanted, sorry about that, wanted number 41 and number 36. 4 plus 1 is 5. 3 plus 6 is 9. So we have 9 once again. All right. And he managed to get out of the casino without losing all the money. And I want to get the shot of him there. There we are. There we are. Now, he was sitting at the bus stop waiting to go home, and they were looking for a use, a proper beneficiary for the funds, for the inheritance. So he looked at his own hands, and he saw his peers, the seniors, getting back on the bus, and he saw himself and his peers. So he decided to invest in self.
Yes, Homer, I have.
In honor of the ancestors of the matriarch, Beatrice Simmons, who is the one who left the inheritance, the grantor, if you will.
Come on in. Dignity's on me, friends.
Dignity. Wearing the fez. There you go. Just interesting. I thought that was a very, very, very interesting episode. And I see sort of a parallel between the elderly in this case and, let's say, the Moorish nation. Now, that can be a stretch. I don't know. Again, I have other theories, but I'm not going to go into it. Let me know what you think. This video has turned out way longer than I wanted it to, but there were so many pieces, and there were 1 or 2 things that I missed. I'll have to edit to the video. All right, but I just wanted to put that out there just in case someone missed it. This is season 2, by the way, so half of us would probably, that was a long time ago, literally. So check it out. Let me know what you think. I'll leave the link in the description. All right, thanks for watching. Have fun.